Oh boy. Boy. Let me say this real quick. Let me try to get this right off the bat real quick. Because I heard the 30 seconds of a video on YouTube is the most important 30 seconds. Where I hear that from, I don't know. But I will say this. I understand. Sometimes don't watch the entire video. I get that wholeheartedly. If you don't hear anything else I say, please hear me now when I say this. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for living to see another day. Even though I know it has probably been stressful, it's been painful, a lot of things you had to endure, a lot of things you had to probably overcome. And I know it's been tough. I know it's been really, really tough. But one, you're doing good. Two, the things that may be plaguing you and haunting you and all that stuff, it won't win. It won't. It will not win. You are much stronger than probably what you give yourself credit for. You have the courage that you may not even feel right now, but it's there. It's there, bro. It's there. I promise you it's there. I promise you it is there. I thank you for being alive. I thank you for not giving up. Do not ever give 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 up. All right? We gonna be good. We gonna be good. Every little thing. It's all gonna be okay. I just want to say that to you because that's gonna be the most important thing. There's nothing in this world that will ever be more valuable than you. All right. So if you don't stay for the entire video, completely understand. But thanks for at least hearing that part. It means a lot. I appreciate you for me. I'm gonna tell you why it means a lot real quick. I'm gonna tell you why it means a lot. Obviously, whatnot. I got no intro for this video. I'm just kind of freeballing it. Whatever's in my head. Listen, life is lived, bro. Life is lived. It can't probably. Honestly, this might not be how the series goes. I just flow from the head, sit down, and just say whatever comes to my mind. I'm about to die though. Give me 1 second. I'm alive? No, but I survived. The things that I want to do and all that stuff with my content, and I said this before, so I ain't gonna say too much about anything like that. I said it in is this the fifth? I think it's the fifth one. I think yeah, I think it's the fifth one. I said this in the fourth one in sad introductions. The things that I kind of want to do, what I laid out. I want my content to be, especially this series, to be a place where you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel seen, heard, felt, understood. All right, that's kind of the main thing that I want you to do, that I want you to feel. And I will probably for this series just kind of go off the dome. Oh, real quick as well. I know I used to do Minecraft when I would play Minecraft and Yap 2. I probably will do that again in the future. This is right now my PC is kind of running Minecraft a bit weird, so I'm holding off for right now. But if you see me from TikTok, Twitch, there's nothing new to you really. Just my big head or whatnot up here just yapping. But long story short, it's good to see you. It's good to hear from you. I'm glad that you are here. But going back to what I was saying, make sure I finish my thoughts. No, there is nothing in this world that is more valuable than you, and it's interesting as well. It's like a duality kind of thing. It's a tale of two goals, two, I don't want to say personas or whatnot because it's still me, but I'll just put it like this. There's the creator side, right? There's the creator side that wants to make sure, you're engaging, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're making sure you get the watch times and all that stuff. But then there's like the other side of me where it's like the reason why I started doing this in the first place back in 2020, over on TikTok, to hopefully try to help somebody live to see another day. Or at least give them the hope, give them the hope. Not false hope or anything like that. Give them hope, truly, Sometimes you gotta dig deep. Sometimes you may have to look a bit harder. But, I believe it's there. For every single one of us, I believe it's there. I do. I believe it's there. Can I be real with you? Because this is life is lived, right? This is like my third or fourth take trying to do this. And if I could be as completely honest as I can with you, I'm realizing I got a problem. I'm realizing that I have a problem. It's actually something that I wanted to talk about anyways, but I didn't realize it was, one, I didn't realize it still affected me the way that it did, but two, I didn't realize it was going to affect me now. So this is what my challenge is right now. I was going to do like maybe some edits and all that stuff, especially if I take a long break and, not talk and all that stuff. But I want to challenge myself to not do any editing. Just come up here, and it's just whatever it is, it is. Whatever it is, it is. Because the problem that I'm struggling with is that truly I am a perfectionist, and that's not good. For me, it's not good. It's truly not good. I'm gonna tell you why it's not good for me. Two reasons why. Just right off the bat, that just come to my head. For me, being a perfectionist, the way that it works for me, I feel like it's ran off of two different things: fear and insecurities. The fear that I'll be judged, or I'll be looked at a certain way, and the insecurity that I would not be good enough. And that's no way to live. That's no way to live. We only got the one life. We only got the one life. And if again, for me, if I'm just sitting here just constantly worried about making a mistake, I'll just put it like that, to keep it real simple, just making a mistake, I'm trying to get, that means there's a goal in my head that is impossible to reach. Because the thing about perfection, the perfectionist, take perfection, that word right there. It is an impossible, naive, unachievable goal for any of us. Yet I try to do it anyway. I know that has been something that I dealt with for a long time. And I can think of, off the top of my head, I can think of a couple things that makes me no editing, just straight up life is lib, that has made me kind of the way that I am or whatnot. One thing that I think about immediately is the times that I have been rejected, whether it's in like a friendship kind of way, relationship kind of way, job, and even like job and stuff like that. You shouldn't take them personally, but sometimes you do. Whatever the case is, things like that, especially kind of growing up in the church. I promise I ain't gonna make no religious kind of commentary or anything like that, but I will just say this: growing up in the church and all that stuff, I come from a lineage of pastors and elders and all that stuff. That's probably why I'm great yapping now, because I'm gonna be up there just yapping, and don't tell them that. But anyways, Lord, they gonna see this video. But anyways, but yeah, and not necessarily from them, but I will say this, especially some Baptists and some churches like in the South. I don't know what it is, but there is a strictness, and there is a, I'm just gonna put it like this. The only way I don't really know how to put it, there is a mindset that I feel like sometimes, and not just being a pastor's kid, I just feel like there could be a mindset that if you don't hit a certain expectation or a standard, and you honestly can put this in a lot of different things. I feel like you can put it in your family, especially by your parents and all that stuff. You can put it job. You can kind of I feel like you can take what I'm saying and find it in some way or whatnot to apply it. I just think for me, this is kind of where that biggest thing happened for me. But if you don't hit a certain expectation, you don't hit a certain standard, or you don't meet a certain standard, then the love, especially when it's supposed to be unconditional, it becomes conditional, and that can really mess with you, especially at all ages. I just think, especially too, as a child. Excuse me, I almost died. I'm alive. Especially as a child, but at any age, honestly, that's not. It's a horrible thing to experience. I'll just put it like that. It's a terrible thing to experience. It's an awful thing to experience, because first of all, that's not what love is. Love just in itself is not conditional. It's not a transactional thing, anything like that. It's unconditional. And I'm not saying by God in this instance. When I talk about religion, it specify people. But regardless, whatever, if it's a church, if it's family, friends, job, whatever the case is, that's no way to live, and there's no way to be treated. Especially looking back at it, it's no way to be treated. No way to be treated at all, in any way, shape, or form. But there are some things that you may think doesn't affect you too much, or Maybe you thought that you got over that lingers, kind of like a tick. If you don't, identify it all stuff and you feel it out and all that stuff, it's like a tick, bro. Like a tick. That's what I think insecurities are a little bit. Real quick, because I did mention insecurities, so let me just say this. Now I might make this a separate video, but let me just say this real quick about insecurities. I don't think insecurities come from us. I think an insecurity is something that was planted into your head by somebody to make you believe that there was something wrong with you. That's how I look at insecurities. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's just something. Because I'll use an example. My teeth. Suckers right here, bro. I gnaw on somebody. Whoa! But anyways, I never really thought that my teeth were anything. I just thought they were teeth. I'm the munching and crunching. I'm about to say chunching, but I don't know if that's a word. But no, it's not. After saying it out loud, no, that's not a word. But give me to my point. I didn't think there was anything wrong with them until I got to school, and there's that beaver boy, and I'm like, we got beavers in here. I'm the beaver. It works like that. I think, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's life is lib. I'm just talking from my experiences. But I never thought anything about my teeth until somebody pointed it out. And somebody made me believe that there was something wrong with my teeth. I think insecurities kind of work like that. But anyways, trying to get back to what not my point. What is the point? We'll find out together. But going back to the thing about about the fear that I feel like perfectionists for me is ran off of. One of my biggest examples as well that I can give for that is probably now. When I do videos, when I do content, if I do writings or whatever the case is. Now, granted, I'm putting it out there for people to see, people to judge and all that stuff. So that part is definitely on me. But if I do something, I put it like this: if I do something, or if I have something in my head that I know I want to do, video, writing, whatever the case is, but video more so in this instance, and I am a little bit to the left, I'm a little bit to the right, I say a word that I didn't either mean to say or wanted to say something else. I didn't like the way I worded anything, worded something. In my head, it's complete. It can be a video that somebody can get back to me and say, hey, that changed my life. But before I released and all that stuff, I thought it was utter big butt. I mean, big booty, and not the good kind of big booty. That's kind of how it works in my head. That if it's not the way I think that it should be, somebody's gonna hate it, need to throw it away. Trash, basically. And even in that's no way to live. That's no way to work or do anything. Because you're a prisoner to something that you don't even really know what you're a prisoner to. Because I don't think necessarily that's you. Those thoughts and all that stuff. I don't. I just think it is fear. And fear sometimes can be irrational. It can be. But I will also say this. One thing that I wish I understood when I was younger was that it was okay to make mistakes. Real quick, there's going to be a jump cut. The only reason why. They're loud out there. That's number one. That's the only reason why. I'm doing good. I promise you. I'm doing good. I'm trying to convince myself that. But no, going back to what I was saying, though, I really wish that I knew that it was okay to make mistakes. Because I felt like that would leave more love and capacity for me. For myself, to be able to give myself more forgiveness, more grace. I take things really hard. I do. I take things really hard. And we can just kind of get off of like this content and all that stuff that I've been doing. If boy, I don't know if I even shared this or whatnot on streams all of that. But one thing definitely that I have like an immense fear of, and maybe it's a good fear, I don't know, but at the same time, it feels like the way I'm going about it is not healthy or correct. But the people that I got now around my life, if it's family, friends, or just people, not even just them, bro, just people. I feel like I'm a perfectionist in how I treat people, which it's good to be intentional. I'll put it like that. When you want to try to be kind to somebody, do good to somebody, that's good. That's really, really good. But I also know, for me, there have been a lot of times where I have unintentionally hurt somebody. And the guilt that I feel over that is, it almost brings me to a point where because I've been in spaces before and times in my life where I think we all have, but those walls go up, brother. Those walls go up. Those walls go up to the point where nothing is coming in. Nothing, I'm making sure that I'd rather be by myself. Nothing's coming in, but unfortunately, at the same time, nothing is going out. For me, nothing is going out. But I really, I judge myself a lot, and sometimes maybe even my character, which again may be unfair because going back to it, I wish I knew that mistakes were okay. And we all gonna intentionally hurt somebody. We're all going to unintentionally hurt somebody close to us. Not it's unfortunate, and it's something that I'm trying to learn to get. Even when they forgive me, or even if we talk it out and all that stuff, and they know I didn't mean to do anything unintentionally. Almost died, but I'm good. And they know I didn't mean to do anything unintentionally, anything like that. I still take it incredibly hard. I do, and a lot of times. Now, this definitely on stream I have done before. I will apologize. They probably confused as I don't know what. But I feel like I did something, or if I said something, or the way that, or how, like my tone and all that stuff. I feel like I got to be perfect in that, because the last thing I ever want to do is hurt somebody. That is the one thing that, and again, it may be good, but I don't think it's healthy, because again, I'm holding myself to a standard that I can't reach. As I mentioned earlier, whatnot about, people holding you to a standard and expect. I just thought about something. I think the thoughts I'm about here right now. Sometimes you may just do what you're taught. Sometimes you may just do what you're taught, but you do it to yourself. I didn't really think about that. I didn't even really think about that until now. I love the series. This series is for me, but I really didn't think about that until now. Sometimes you really do what you're taught. Sometimes you really do what you're taught, and that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. There should always be room. There should always be capacity, for you to yourself, to give yourself love, grace, forgiveness. Know that it's okay. To know it's okay. That's fascinating, golly. But yeah, sometimes just do what you're taught, and I think that's what I was doing, at least to myself, especially to myself. I think that's what I was doing. But yeah, sometimes I'll just go and I'll apologize or whatnot. They won't know nothing. I'll use Jazz as an example. Jazz, you've seen this for good, Jazz. I apologized to Jazz one time, because I didn't like the way that I said something to her. I didn't. It was eating me alive, and I apologize, and I feel like she was confused. I do. I feel like she was confused. But I think, long story short, I think perfectionist, that trait. I don't want to say trait. I don't want to say trait, because I think that teaching, that fear, that insecurity. I put it like that. I don't want to say trait, because I feel like trait more so is like your characteristics and who you are, and maybe that's the right word to use. I just would like to make sure that may be something that can go away, or that's something that I can improve on and get better at. There's a lot of things that I need to get better at and want to improve on. That is one of the main things. That's one of the main things, because I want to live. I don't want to have to live my life and worry if I'm good enough. If I do this, if I'm going to be rejected or not. If I do this, I'm going to be looked at a certain way. There's been portions of my life where I have been misunderstood. And I think that's one of the more hopeless feelings that you can feel, because that's one of the most loneliest feelings that you can feel, is to feel misunderstood. And I think we all have had that. I think we all have had that experience, those feelings of being misunderstood. But one thing that I will say this about being misunderstood, and I have a whole list of things I want to yap about and all that stuff. I'll probably close out this one pretty soon. I want to try to hit maybe like 20 some minutes. for these right now. And I might maybe do more in the week if you like them. Just to try to, um, what? Anyways, um, but just because you are misunderstood, that will never mean that you don't belong here. You know, just because you are misunderstood, that will never mean that you don't belong here. It will never mean that. It will never mean that. One cool thing I will say about time. Ah, I gotta do a whole video on time. I love time. I do. I love time. I really love time because if you give, it's gonna sound stupid. If you give time, if you give time to do time, but if you give time to unravel, how do you do that? First of all, you live another day. You live another day. If you give opportunities, if you give time the opportunity to, I'll make sure I don't say time back to back, but if you give time the opportunity to unravel, to be, and you keep going, you keep living the scene of the day, one, you will see that things do get better, but two, a lot of things come full circle. A lot of things come full circle. A lot of things come full circle. And just real quick as well, sometimes the things that you may be afraid of, mistakes that you have made and all that stuff, you see when time goes on by, you will see just how important, I'll use that word. There's another word I can't remember, but I'm going to use that word instead. How important maybe that mistake was to your growth and where you are as a person now. Sometimes too as well. I think it's important to really be mindful of where we are in life, because sometimes we can be praying and hoping and all that stuff, and then we get to the point in life that we've been paying for, but we didn't even know that we were here, because I think we're just so busy and all that stuff. We're so busy planning the next step, the next move and all that stuff, or just dealing with life and everything, that we just kind of don't take a step back to really see, and that's one thing I enjoy about time, because once you take a step back, once you really are able to see, the things that you survived and conquered and everything, you see that things worked out, you see that things worked out. But just the point that I was trying to make is, even if you feel misunderstood, one, know that you belong here, but two, if you give it time, if you do give it time, you will meet people that are more like-minded. There are people that are more like-minded of you than what you think. It's a big world. That's the one thing that, and I promise I'm gonna close at this. Sound like a pastor. Yeah. By the way, them when they say I'm about to close, I just know we got another hour. I'm cool. Well, I'm not cool, but I'm just saying what now. I'm about to close. Thank God Bojangles is open for another hour. Thank God Cookout. Maybe I can make it the Chick-fil-A by Monday since they ain't closed on today. What did I just say? Anyways, sorry, but this will be the last thing or whatnot that I will just say, and I'm about to close. It's okay to live. It is. I'm talking to my younger self as well, but I'm talking to you. Young, good than me, older than me, same age, doesn't matter. It's okay to live. It is okay to live. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. It is. It's okay to fail. It's okay to experience. That's another video I gotta do on. But it's okay to experience. It is completely okay to experience. That's what life is. That's what life is all about. It's just one big, huge experience that's so different from everybody else's. But I think that's one of the coolest things about life, is the people that we meet along the way, man. It is. And I know maybe you don't feel like, maybe nothing exciting happening, or you feel like, there's much more that you could be doing right now in this moment. Sure. Maybe. And I say that not in a way where it's like, but you're not. I'm not saying it like that. I will just put it like this, though. It's important when you feel like that I can be doing this, I can be doing that, to, Lord, be here forever. To know that, one, sometimes it's not just laziness. Sometimes you just burn out. I think a lot of times there are things that we fight every day that it's just so ingrained in us. We don't even really, it's just a second nature thing, but it still takes energy. It does. It still takes energy. Sometimes it takes energy to live. It sometimes takes the energy to do the bare necessities. If you feel like, oh, I could be doing more and all that stuff, give yourself grace. Please. From the bottom of my heart, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Sometimes sometimes the best that you can do is sometimes just the best that you can do. In the moment, if you feel like, I'm not going to say that because you can't go off your feelings all the time. I'll just put it like this. Sometimes in the moment, you're just doing the best that you can. And sometimes you just got to accept that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't mean that the better ain't going to come. It's good to know that I can be doing more. It's good to know that there's more in you. And when I say more, I don't mean like more, try to get more stuff. And there's more things for you to experience. There's more passions for you to discover. People to meet. It's a big world. I said that earlier, whatnot, but I'm going to say it again. It's a big world. And I'm so excited for you, and I'm so happy for you that you are alive to see it. I am. I really, really, really am. I'm going to go back to what I said in the beginning. And I promise I'm going to close. I promise you I'm going to close after this. I am sorry. Because, the more that I'm trying to think about me being, how I kind of became a perfectionist and all that stuff, I'm talking about my fears and insecurities. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. And if you made it this far, then maybe there was something that you connected with, something that maybe you felt. I'm sorry. I am. I'm really, really, really sorry. But I am glad that you are here. I'm so glad you're still alive. Don't lose that hope and don't lose that courage. Don't lose that hope and don't lose that courage. It is okay to live. It's okay to live. It is okay to live. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to try. I'm really big on trying. That's my big. I will cheer for you every time if you try. That's gonna be another video, but I will. I will. That is the main thing I will always applaud. I will always celebrate that. I will always celebrate that because, like, I'm a close. but life can really it can just kind of bring you to the point where it's tough. It's tough to get the courage to try again. That leap of faith kind of thing. That's why I love Across the Spider-Verse, the first one. That's all it is, Miles. It's a leap of faith. Give yourself credit. Give yourself a bit more credit. Give yourself grace. Love yourself. Know that you're doing good. Know it's okay to live. I know it's okay to live. I thank you for being here. I thank you for being alive. I thank you for watching this. Golly, bro. I do. I thank you for watching this. But always, more importantly, I thank you for being alive. I will continue to say this part right here. Just, I am new on YouTube. I don't even know how many people watch this, by the way. I try to just upload and go on about my business. I try not to get into numbers and all that stuff because I feel like when you do that, the waters get murky. Even though being a creator, you got to look into that and all that stuff. At least for right now, I'm good. But hey, if it's just the one, it's worth it all. It's worth it all. Oh, but I will say, this is what I'm saying, and I'm a close. But I will just continue to say this part just because I am new, and not everybody follow me. There you go. I hope you didn't hear that. I hope you did not hear that. But I thank you for keeping the pinky promise that you will live to see another day. This right here. If I ever throw this up, it is a pinky promise that I have made to my community. And if you're here, subscribe. I kid, bro. I'm not gonna try to do all that. But if you're here today, whatnot, then you get to catch this as well. The pinky promise to live to see another day. And I think that's really cool. I think that's really, really, really cool. I'll say it just because they're my Twitch fam and I love them. Love you up, down. Diagonal sideways will be bad for a very, very long time, for the longest time, actually. Unconditionally in every single big way. It's to the end of the line, it's to the moon and back. It's toward you. It's Islibdish. It's Mahal Kita. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being alive. You're doing good, all right? You're doing good. You're doing good. Hold on to the hope that tomorrow will be better. Because it will be. Every little thing in the end is going to be okay. That was fun. I yapped too much, bro. Golly.